show you some pictures here. One of them you saw already, but you didn't see the others. One of them you saw it because tell me when you're. Wow!
I like that one. I was a young man.
Yes. Do you remember when it was taken? Can you recognize?
1958.
Probably 58, yeah.
We were sent to Poland by President Eisenhower in 1958, and it was called People to People because he believed in spreading the idea of democracy through jazz music and other arts. And he wanted us to be on the periphery of Russia. So from Poland, we skipped over to Turkey, and then Afghanistan, East and West Pakistan, India, Iran, Iraq, even the island of Ceylon that's now called Sri Lanka. And this was the idea, was to bring democracy and friendship to these countries that were on the border of Russia. And Poland was the first place we started. Well, this is an event that you just can't believe that our State Department that was sending us to Poland didn't realize that we couldn't go through East Berlin. And then I couldn't get through the Brandenburg Gate. So they told me, now Madame Gundelach will take you to a police station in East Berlin, and you will wait there till you get permission to go to Poland. So I sat in a room much bigger than this place, alone for hours. No one else in the room, on a wooden bench, cement walls, cement floors, and wondering now, am I going to go to prison? Why am I here alone? Why didn't somebody meet me? Pretty quick, a man comes in and sits next to me. And he said, "You Mr. Kulu?" And I said, "No, I'm Mr. Brubeck." "No, you Kulu." He gets a paper out of his coat, opens the paper, and there's a picture of me in a Polish newspaper. Under it, it says, "Mr. Kulu." I said, "Oh, Mr. Cool. That's who I am." And that was the man that gave me the papers to go to Poland. So I had to go back through the Brandenburg Gate, find two of my children and my wife and the rest of the quartet. And I said, "Hurry, there's a train going to Stettin, and we should get on that train immediately." So we finally ended up in Stettin. And we got off the train. There was no lights. It was muddy by the railroad track, and the depot for the train was completely dark. But there was one alleyway, a kind of tunnel, with bare light bulb signaling we could go that way. And out of the darkness came a voice said, "You are welcome to Stettin. My name is Adam Zung, and I will escort you." So we followed him, and we got in a Polish, which could have been a bus at one time, seats for about 10 people. And when we started up, we could see the road through the floorboards. It was that old. absolutely cold in the middle of the night, and we got to Stettin. And we were so anxious to get warm and maybe have a little sleep. And we were put in a hotel that had wooden stoves, and every few hours, 2 girls would come in and shovel coal into the stove. So we didn't get too much sleep. But they welcomed us, and it made us feel at home. I feel that the Polish audience was so musical that what we were doing did reach them. Although they didn't have the freedom of a jazz background, they were so aware of classical music and of Chopin and other composers that it wasn't like playing in, say, Afghanistan, because the people were so musical. If you're a musical nation, you basically have the understanding to follow most of jazz.
This is the one that you have. This is from Krakow.
Krakow.
Yes. This was an amazing experience for us.
1958.
Amazing experience in this grey communist Poland. You know, you came in and everything shattered down, and we're in heaven.
Here is a photograph that I really treasure that Ricard took of us in 1958. That's Paul Desmond, and that's me. And then Joe Morello, he also got a shot of him at the drums, and Eugene Wright on bass, with Eugene's fingers on the bass. I'll never forget how they stood out, and he had captured Eugene's fingers like I never have seen before. His photography was just full of capturing the spirit of jazz, and that's wonderful that he's doing that. Oh boy. Willis Carroll.
Willis, yeah. This man was incredible, you know, because of his broadcast on Voice of America, we're all glued to radio.
Sure.
And the communists. That's how I heard your music for the first time. And after coming to New York, I made every effort to meet him, and we became very good friends. He was really absolutely incredible, man. This is a few other jazz musicians that you know from Newport in '62.
That's Count.
That's Count, yeah.
Oh!
That's with Jimmy.
Oh.
It's funny.
With Richard, yeah, you sense a great enthusiasm. It probably carries over into his photography and his art and his joy in life. This is a man that wants to create happiness and reality and discipline and freedom, just like a jazz musician. When President Eisenhower sent us behind the Iron Curtain, we were in Poland, and I had visited Chopin's home. I'd seen his pianos, and that night I wrote that song. It's still played in Poland. It's called Dziękuję, which means thank you in Polish.
Thank